Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. Today we're revisiting a watch I've already covered in a larger format, but this time we're looking at the more compact sibling. This is the Vero Open Water 38 SWELL, and in many ways this feels like the more wearable, everyday interpretation of the original 41mm version I previously reviewed. Right away what stands out is, of course, the size. The Open Water 38 comes in at 38mm in diameter, 10.75mm thick, and measures 46.5mm from lug to lug with an 18mm lug width. On my 6 and 7/8 inch wrist, this wears really nicely. It feels balanced, compact, and much easier to wear day to day compared to the 41mm version. There's something about these proportions that just makes sense, especially if you prefer dive watches that don't dominate your wrist. That said, I'll be honest here, even though this one's more wearable for me, I think I personally still lean towards the 41mm version. There's just something about the presence of that larger case that I really enjoyed. But from a pure comfort and practicality standpoint, the 38mm is arguably the smarter choice. The case finishing is very well done. You've got a clean satin finish throughout the case and bracelet that gives you that proper tool watch aesthetic. It feels refined without being flashy, and everything transitions nicely. The bracelet feels solid and matches the overall build quality of the case. It doesn't feel like an afterthought, which is important at this price point. Speaking of the bracelet, one of my favorite features is the on-the-fly adjustment clasp. Being able to make quick micro adjustments throughout the day without tools is something I've really come to appreciate. It makes a difference, especially when your wrist expands in the heat or throughout the day. Once you get used to that feature, it's hard to go back. Now, one thing I'm not a huge fan of is the 18mm lug width. My personal sweet spot is always 20mm. I just think it opens up more strap options and feels a bit more versatile. 18mm isn't a deal breaker, but it's something I notice, especially since I enjoy swapping straps frequently. Moving up to the bezel, this is a proper dive watch through and through. It features a 60-click unidirectional bezel that has a satisfying click and very minimal backplay. It feels precise and intentional. That tactile feedback matters on a dive watch, even if most of us are timing coffee breaks instead of decompression stops. Water resistance is rated at 200 meters, and you got a screw down crown to support that rating. It's exactly what you expect from a serious dive watch. It gives you peace of mind whether you're swimming, surfing, or just wearing it as a daily piece. One of my absolute favorite features of this watch is the sapphire crystal. It's AR coated and incredibly clear. At certain angles, it almost disappears completely, giving you an unobstructed view of the dial. That clarity really enhances the experience of wearing the watch and makes the dial colors pop even more. And speaking of color, that's something Vero does exceptionally well. Just like with the larger version, I love the pop of color on this SWELL variant. In a market flooded with black and blue dive watches, Vero continues to offer something that feels fresh and different without being over the top. It's unique, but it's still very wearable. The lume here is Swiss Super Luminova. It's solid, it's not crazy Seiko bright, but it glows evenly and lasts a few hours, which is really all you need in practical terms. Is clean, legible, and functional. Inside the watch, you're getting a Swiss automatic movement, the SW200-1 to be exact, and it's actually regulated in-house to a finer accuracy. It's plus minus 5 seconds per day in 6 positions, and at $795, that's pretty good to see. This adds credibility and long-term serviceability to the package. In this price range, having a Swiss movement definitely strengthens the value proposition and reinforces that this isn't just about aesthetics, it's about quality components as well. Another thing worth mentioning is the 10-year warranty. That's definitely something you don't see every day. It shows confidence from the brand and gives buyers extra reassurance that Vero stands behind their products. And that brings us to the price. Like I mentioned, at $795, this 38mm version is less expensive than its larger brother. And I think it positions itself very well in the market. You're getting strong specs, a Swiss movement, excellent case finishing, a clear AR sapphire crystal, 200 meters of water resistance, and a well-executed bracelet with the on-the-fly adjustment. Overall, Vero's offering a great dive watch here, one that feels different in a segment that can sometimes feel repetitive. The colors are cool, the proportions are thoughtful, and the watch has its own identity. For my wrist, the 38mm definitely wears better and feels more versatile, even though I personally might prefer the 41mm for aesthetic reasons. I can't deny that this one is probably the smarter everyday option for most people. that's going to do it for this review. As always, thank you so much for watching. Be safe out there and stay humble.